Bodies on Warden versus Castleberry. Step forward, please.
When Susan Warden's best friend, Elaine Castleberry, needed cash to get married, she loaned it. Susan says Elaine won't pay her back. Elaine says she did pay her back.
You two light, nice ladies used to be friends.
Yes,
How long were you friends?
about 6 years.
Yeah, about 6. And so.
Then you were going to Alabama to get married.
Well, we were going on vacation to Pennsylvania and Alabama, and we got married in Pennsylvania.
And according to the complaint, you lent the defendant $300.
Yes.
And she came back, didn't pay you back right away. And then there was a problem with your two husbands. One borrowed $20 from the other, came in asking for the $20.
That's neither here
You got
nor
angry.
there, though.
You got angry, said, what about my 300? And the fight was on.
I guess so. I got angry over the $20, just the nerve of him coming over for $20 when she owed me $300. He got his money that day.
But he didn't know it. It was between you and me.
I know, but you still haven't paid me
Don't yell at
back,
each other.
Elaine.
Listen to me, don't yell at each other. Talk to me. It's not a lot of money. It's $300. We'll get to the bottom of it. The sadder part of it is that you're not friends anymore. You lent her the $300, and she and her new husband came home, correct?
Yes.
And at some point, your husband went over to get $20 from her husband that he had borrowed.
Right.
And what happened when he came over?
He was just, he was angry about the $20 because my husband takes forever to pay him back, but that's between
Just a
those
second.
two.
So what happened? He came over and he said,
came
"Where's
over
what?"
and he was complaining about the $20 and everything else, and kind of on a rampage, and just angry words and everything else. And I mean, I shut my mouth, and then because her and I are friends, and then I just let loose because I was angry.
So you let loose and said
And
what?
I just said, your, excuse me, wife, I know we're supposed to spell that out, but wife owes me, but I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say your wife, and then the reverse. Because her and I were friends, I did not mean that, but I was angry. And so I gave him the $20, and we haven't spoke ever since. We were neighbors.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Yeah.
We were friends for a long time.
So you
I
don't pay me my
understand
money.
that.
Now you're sitting here lying to me. I'm lying and you don't pay me my money.
You're
How can we
yelling
be
at each
friends? You're
other.
lying.
When Susan Warden's best friend, Elaine Castleberry, needed cash to get married, she loaned it. Susan says Elaine won't pay her back. Elaine says she did pay her back.
Did you pay her back the $300? Did you?
Yes.
When?
I paid her partial in November, and then the other part in January.
Oh, you're gonna go to hell for lying. You know that's a damn
Ms.
lie.
Castleberry,
You did not pay me anything.
you paid her any part of it after you had this argument?
I was-
Yes.
You did?
Well, we never had an argument.
Well, when you stopped talking to
Right,
each other.
okay.
You paid her after you stopped talking
Yes.
to each other? Well, tell me about how you paid her.
How I paid her?
Yeah, tell me about exactly how, under what circumstances you paid her.
I put money in an envelope and gave it to her
Personally?
boyfriend. No,
Ah,
gave
my-
it to her boyfriend.
That's not him.
To give it to her.
That's not responsible. It's me you borrowed the money from, not him. Me.
Why?
Well, we weren't talking or
Listen,
anything. You
listen
were
to me.
ignoring
Don't give it to
me.
me.
You
You give
ladies,
it to me.
listen, you ladies are not paying attention to me. I said
Right.
you have to talk to me, not to each other. If you want to talk to each other, that would be fine, but you do that outside.
Okay,
It's
sorry.
just an outrageous
In here you
lie.
talk- in here you
I
talk
can't
to me.
believe this.
Why would you give her cash instead of a check if you weren't talking to her?
I never thought anything about it. I never thought anything about it, not at all.
How long did it take you to pay back this money?
I borrowed it in September, beginning of September, and I paid $150 in November, the end
Did she
of
give
November.
you any money in November?
I haven't received a dime from her. And that's why I waited till over a year to file in small claims court. I haven't received nothing at all, and I don't lie. I didn't think she did either, but I don't.
Also, this was a loan between her and I. My husband knew nothing about it.
That's why she's mad, because I told him.
Is that?
And that's why I gave cash mostly also.
Did you?
She didn't give
Let
me
me
any
ask you this
money.
question. Well, after
I wouldn't
the
be here.
argument, after the argument and you weren't talking to each other, certainly your husband knew about it. So then you
yeah,
could have given her a
definitely.
check.
I could have the
Yes,
last
sure.
payment I gave her, yes.
Sure, you could have given her a check. Your husbands, seems to me this problem started over them. So are they talking to each other now?
Oh, yeah, they talk.
Now, I've
They
moved.
have been
I've moved
talking.
since. I've moved since. I don't
Oh,
know
but
what all
before
this...
she moved, they've
okay,
been
and it's not my
talking.
husband, first of all. He's my
No,
boyfriend.
boyfriend.
And
Are you still together?
no. No.
Why?
Oh, God, that's a long story.
Well, I want to know if it had anything to do with honesty.
Who, Woody? I mean, my...
The boyfriend, the boy
no,
that you
I
lived
just
in
got sick of the same old...
What?
Just not reliable, not working, me supporting everybody. I got tired of it and I threw him out.
Well, then how do you know that he didn't take this money that you gave in an
Because
envelope?
I know she did not give the money. I know she did not because she does not have the money. And you know how Woody is. Why would you give him money? Because this is an excuse for you right now to use it. She
No,
would
don't-
give the
you
money
talk-
to me. If she can write me letters and do everything else, the money would go. She
Let's
borrowed the
try
money
to be
directly from my
friends.
hands. Why
I
can't
wanted
she
to
give
be
it back to my
friends.
hand?
That's a reasonable question.
Yeah.
We were friends for a long time.
So you don't pay me
understand
my
that.
money. Now you're sitting here lying to me. I'm lying and you don't pay me my money.
You're
How can we
yelling
be
at each
friends? You're
other.
lying.
She has a point.
I didn't even hear what she said. I'm sorry.
Well, generally her point is you have to put the money in her hand, not in the hand of a third person, because then you're never sure whether she's going to get it, especially if it's cash. She tossed out this boyfriend because he was not
Well, I didn't know that.
responsible. Yeah, I know that, but you have an obligation if you owe her money to see to it that she personally gets the money. And clearly, that wasn't done if you gave the money to a third person. You have no
Right.
information that he actually turned this money over to her. I'm not sure whether you actually gave him the money anyway, but even if you did, it would be like giving it to a stranger and saying, would you give this to Miss Warden? You can't do that, and you know that you can't do that. It's just too bad that you used to be friends, and you're not friends because you got a little hot under the collar.
Okay, I got a little hot on it. Look, she's lying. She's sitting here. I'm glad I'm not a friend with her because she's a liar.
Listen to me. I want you to just think
I
about
don't
it.
like liars.
Just think for a second. The two guys got into an argument. You got hot. It really had nothing to do with her. You got irritated because you didn't like what he was doing in your house, and you took it out on her. By saying bad things about her, by calling her a name.
It was one sentence, and I did not mean that
Well,
sentence.
that
I
was-
told her, I wrote her a letter and said I did not mean that sentence. I was angry, and the words got reversed. I did not mean that.
I didn't
But
get no
listen
letter.
to me, you're
I did not
excitable,
get
but
that.
you're excitable, but you said it.
I-
And not only did you say it, but in this argument that these two childish boys were probably having, you had no right to bring her into it because she had not told her husband that you would
That's
lend
why she
her the
got
money.
angry because
Of
he
course.
didn't know, and that's why because she got in trouble from him, I believe.
Well, that's
or
true,
not,
but that-
you know, for borrowing money.
But that was something that you created
Yeah.
over a situation that really had nothing to do with her. It was the two guys.
Yeah,
So let me tell
they
you.
should have went outside
let
then,
me-
I guess.
Absolutely right. So I want you to
Outside
at
of
least
my house,
leave here.
yeah.
You're going to leave here with your $300 because
Thank
I'm going to
you.
award you that.
Thank you.
But I want you to at least understand that you caused this problem because you got hot under the collar in a situation that had nothing to do with her, but you brought your friend into it. And you shouldn't have.
I guess, but okay, yes, I did.
That's
I'm
all.
just- I'm not
Judgment
gonna
for the
explain
plaintiff
it.
in the amount of $300.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.
Judge Judy will return in a moment.
It's fair. I won. It was the truth, though. You know you didn't pay me any money back. You know it. Elaine, you're lying, but I guess that's the person you are. I never
White
thought of
trash is great.
White
you know?
trash? Look at you. She's a liar. I don't want a friend like that. No way.
Yes, I'm fine.
My mom taught me better. She's 50-some. She's a liar.